Morning, crafty friends. I'm back today with another card tutorial. We're going to be using the Cutest onesie stamp set. I've also got the Cutest onesie dies. These are a really good price point actually. Let me just have a look, because it's a smaller set of dies and a smaller, you know, a fair small set of stamps. They're really reasonably priced, and I think they're just perfect. I actually did use one of these previously as a man's t-shirt. I just cut the bottom off with some pattern paper as well, so I feel like you could sort of get a bit more than one use out of them. You can also use the buttons there to make a t-shirt on the man's t-shirt, you know, a sort of male style t-shirt. So yeah, I'm going to make a baby card. I actually have two to make, so I've already made one that I'm going to show you, and I've got another one that happens to be for a girl as well. So yeah, busy this week. So I'm just going to have a look. I think it's under bundles maybe. Let's have a look for you. That's Encore. Where is it? I don't think it's, let's have a look at the back maybe. Cutest onesie 64. There it is. So, Cutest onesie bundle, and yeah, together it is only £26, which is really good. And the dies are quite cute as well. So if you see here, when you cut out the onesie, it actually puts a slit in the top there, so you can slide a little hanger underneath it. These are all in one, so they can cut out together. I think it's just a really cute set. You could do some little building blocks if you did little squares and put those on, and a little rattle and a pocket and stuff. I just think it's a really handy set, because I don't know that I have very many that are sort of suitable for new babies, so I think this one for the price as well is pretty good. So yeah, that was on page 64 of the annual catalogue, and it's the Cutest onesie bundle. So this is what we're going to use today. Now I've also got some other bits that we're going to use. We've got the stylish shapes dies, staple, always use them. We're going to be using the circles in these today. I've got, this is from the Basics 3D embossing folder set. They come in three. You've got these dots, you've got some sort of crosshatch, and you've got sort of florals, and they're online exclusive, and they have to be, because they're so generic, they've got to be one of my favorites, to be honest. I keep on going back to it, and this kind of reminds me of a baby's blanket, you know, sort of one of those soft dotted baby's blankets, so I thought I'd use that. And I got the idea for this fun fold from a swap from a team autumn team gathering, and it was this card here. Beautiful card, and this one is by Sue Temple, and this is just a really lovely fun fold. So as you see here, it's just a special sort of measured insert. I did the measurements and I recreated it for a baby card. So yeah, that's where I got my inspiration from. So thank you, Sue. So this is the card we're going to make today. We've used the embossing folder on the front. We've used the onesie. I added a little heart and a hanger with some heat embossed congratulations and wishing you lots of joy. And I've added some in colour designer series paper there in the pretty and pink as well. I didn't do what Sue did because I forgot, if I'm being totally honest. I added this before I remembered. She added it here, so I'm going to try and remember to add it this time. And yeah, this is the card we're going to make today. So let's put that to one side and we'll get the bits and pieces out. So what I've got here is, this is a regular card base. So this is 21 centimeters by 14.9 centimeters, scored in half at 10.5 centimeters, fold and burnished, and that's in Pretty in Pink. So we've got that so far. I've already cut our strips of designer paper. So like I said, this is the 2024 to 2026 in colour 6x6 designer series paper, and it's got all of the new in colours that just came out there at the middle of this year, and I've used this a lot. I really like the colours, I really love the patterns, so this is a good one. And I've cut our designer series paper out to fit on our insert. So this is 3 centimeters by 13.9 centimeters. This is 5 centimeters by 13.9 centimeters. So those are our pieces of that. Now I'm going to show you how to make the insert and where to score and fold so that it pops up. So we're going to use the short side of an A4 bit of paper because that's 21 already, and we're going to cut that at 14.4, so that gives us a little bit of border all the way around. Now I've jotted it down somewhere because I will forget. Right, it is 14 by, yes, okay, I wrote it down wrong, so that's a good start. Okay, so we're going to do the first one at 5.5 centimeters, and we'll score that, and then we'll do, move the arm out, get everything out of my way. The next one we're going to do at 9 centimeters. Next one we're going to do at 14.5 centimeters. And that's it. So this is going to be how our insert is going to work, and this is going to what it's going to be like and how it's going to work. So then what we want to do is fold and burnish these. So I just like to make sure that they're all lined up. I'm just looking for my bone folder, and I give them a good burnish. And then this one comes in. So it doesn't matter which way you burnish them, to be honest, because you can fit it in as you need to. So that's this insert piece done for now. So first of all, what I did was, the other piece of card that we do need is our layer for the front that we emboss, which is 10 centimeters, and that's going to be by 14.4 centimeters. So we've got this too. All right, so what I did was I put this centrally in the middle of our card, and I got the stylish shaped dies, and I chose the largest. Well, actually just copied Sue's. I measured it up with my dies. I got the largest. Now I'd also used some washi tape to keep my card, oh god, I can't pick it out, keep my card in place where I wanted it to go. Let's have a look. It's quite cloudy outside today, so it's not, I don't feel like I've got great light. So this is roughly where I want it to go, and then I'm going to choose where I want my circle to go to. I might put another little bit of washi just to secure it straight. There we go. So that's not moving. It's a bit close now actually. Let's move this back a bit. Okay, it's a bit better. And I'm going to put it a little bit further towards the top. It's not quite central. And I'm going to put a bit of washi on there. move my bits and pieces out of the way and bring my die cutting machine in. And we're going to put this onto our plate. Make sure you're happy with everything and roll that through. That's it. Okay, might give it another roll because we're going through 2 pieces of card. That just gives it another whack. And we'll take that out. Alright, so now we've got our card. So you take this off gently. There we go. Now it has made a mark, but that sort of gives you an idea of where to place it, so I'm not that bothered about that. We've got our 2 circles cut out from there. Let's lift this washi up. There we go. And then this one, just be gentle with it because it's gone through the die cutting machine, so it's given it a good amount of pressure. And you don't want it to stick to it once you've got this far. So there we go. Okie doke. So that's our large circle done. So now we've got the outside of our card. We're going to emboss this piece here, and we also have 2 of our circles. We're going to keep the pink circle this size, but we're going to use the second circle down from the Stylish Shapes, and we're just going to cut it out of this one here. I'm just going to do that off to the side on the die machine. Okay. I quite like this to use on something else, but I don't know what yet. So that's our dies sorted. Whoops. And we'll put those away. So I think we're done with those. So this will be on here. This we're going to emboss. So if you use the embossing folder with the Stampin' Up logo facing upwards, that's the correct way if you're wanting it embossed. If you turn it over, it's debossed. So I'm just going to line, that looks good, and I'm going to be using my specialist plate to go through my embossing folder, which I'm just doing off to the side. And then we have, see, it's really 3D, it's beautiful, I love it. So now we've got this to go on here. Once we've put the insert in, we've got this to slide in the center, and it will go through like that on our insert. Now before I forget, this time what I'm going to do is make sure that this is the way that I want it to be. So I want this one comes up, comes down, and so it's going to look like that when you place it inside your card. And that means that I want 2 designer series paper pieces to go on these 2 bits here. So they're going to slot on there. So like I said, this designer series piece is 5 by 13.9. This one's 3 by 13.9. So we're just going to stick those down. Now, like I said, these papers are so nice. You could use any side. Come on, Kerry. This glue says no, so let's get another one. This one. There we go. Alright. Okay, so I'll put this piece on this piece here. There we go. Put that in the center of the score lines. And then this one on the one before it. Okay, so that's this bit done. Now for our insert, I think I'm going to, because the way I did it before, when I was putting it together, was sort of a bit wishy-washy. I was just getting everything in place. Do I put this on now or afterwards? I think I will put it on afterwards so that I know it fits. So for this insert, we're going to want a slight border all the way around. So that's going to just stick in this panel down. This will then sit up, this will go along, and then this side, we're not going to be putting glue on this here. It's only going to be around where this front of the card sits. Okay, so you're just going to be putting that around it on the inside so that you don't get any glue here, so that we've still got our fun fold moving the way that we want it to. So what I did was I glued this one down first. Now whether this is the right way, I'm not sure, but it worked for me. So I did that, and I made sure that I had a border equal all the way around, roughly, as good as I could get it anyway. All right, so that's that down, and then you could tell where you need to place that, so that it's got the border as well. So I got my glue and I put some up to, put my hand there, so I know I don't want to go above there. Okay, we know it's about there because it's the same on the other side. You just make sure there, and then you can fold that closed. Press that down nicely. I hope that's making sense. So there's what that will look like before you put your inserts in. All right, before you put your circles in. And that's your insert, that's the main part of your fun fold done. That's what it's going to look like from the top and from the side. All right, so now when we're putting our circle in, we only want to glue it from this score line and over here, not touching the outside of the card, so that it pops out this side. Okay, so we're going to glue all the way around. All right, and we'll get our circle, we'll line it up so that it fits lovely. Oh, don't move it like I did. Make sure it fits nicely and it's snug back in its little pocket, and then that's that bit done there. All right, now this is where you can put on the front, because I wanted to make sure that this insert still comes out and that it's in the right place. And the reason I use wet glue or green glue in this instance is, one, because it's embossed, but two, it gives you a little bit of wiggle room to move it where you need to before it sets. So I'm just going to put glue all over It's probably a bit heavier than normal because we've got the embossed, so we want it to get into all those nooks and crannies. Okay. And then we want to line that up perfectly with the circle on the outside. And if you went through your embossing folder, you should have a sort of little line to follow. Make sure that's up a little bit. There we go. I think we're all right. There we go. Yeah. Okay. Just going to burnish those little cut marks down because they really bug me. And then that's the outside of our card. Now what I did was I stuck this one in the centre. Of this one. And now really it's just your decoration. And obviously you could do this with a square, you could do this with whatever you like. Just making sure it's centered. Oh, that'll do. Okay, so now we have some basic white cardstock, and we've got our Memento Tuxedo Black ink. And we're going to get our onesie and get that stamped there. Cute. And I'm going to get the little heart like I did before and put that, I might put it in the center this time. Okay, so we can put that back, make sure that ink's dried, and then we're going to use some Pretty in Pink blends. Now they come in a 2-pack, so you have a light and a dark in every colour. So this is the light, this is the dark. I'm going to go over, will I go over it with, I think I'm going to go over it with the brush tip, because I found last time I needed to go over it a few more times because it's leaving a little bit more lines with the bullet tip. Sorry, I lost my words there because I was colouring in and concentrating. And I just thought, I don't know if this time maybe I won't do the collars and the sleeve, the cuffs. We'll see. I don't know about you, but when I'm colouring, I find I go quiet and concentrate. So sorry about that. I'm going to leave the heart white, just because I think it makes it pop a little bit. Oh, I've just realised I've done that sleeve there, so I may as well do this sleeve here as well. I didn't notice that at all. And I'll do this here. Okay. So that's sort of laid one colour down, and then I might colour it all, you know. No, I won't. Okay, so then these little lines here I find you can go over. It gives it a bit of definition. You'd have a little bit darker in here, a bit darker around the edges maybe. Just makes it a little more 3D. I might do the dark, it's not very dark, different in colour, but it's a little bit, so I might go darker with the collars. There we go. Okay, and then if you want to, you can go over it a second time, it just makes it darker. And then I tend to sort of go over it again with the light colour, just to give it a little, another layer. It just gives it a bit more definition. And when it dries lighter, so it will be fine. Okay. So let's call that done for now. now what we want to do is we want to die cut this. So if you see, it cuts into the collar. So what we're going to do, I'm going to pull that towards me so I can see if I'm die cutting it right. I think that'll do. And we'll use a little bit of washi, and then what I'm going to do is get the little hanger out as well. Put that in white, and I can't find my, there it is, just so it doesn't slide away because I'm likely to lose it. So I'm just going to put that through the die cutting machine as well. Okay, so there's our onesie, and if you have a quick look, it's got that cut just there, so it's an opening there for you. We'll take our washi off of there, and I need my little pokey tool to get this one out, I think. And there's our little white hanger. Oh, cute, very, very cute. Right, pop that back, and then we'll put these away because they're little and I will lose them. Okay, so now what I did is I put my hanger through the slot there and just sort of judged where I wanted it. Now, I think last time I used glue. I think this time I'm just going to use a bit of sellotape because you're not going to see it anyway. So let's use a small bit of tape. That's just, you know, invisible Scotch tape. Tiny, tiny bit. And we'll do this side as well. So that's it staying still. That's our cute little hanger. Now we're going to bring in some we're going to bring in some Stampin' Dimensionals, is what we're going to do. And I'll put one there, one there, one there. I'll just take the backs off of those. Okay, and we'll put little cute. Let me move these back in because I find these everywhere in my house. And we want to stamp the inside just here, and I'm going to use, where have I put it? I'm going to use Pretty in Pink. There it is, my stamping pad in Pretty in Pink, and it's going to say wishing you lots of joy. So you could do this beforehand. I didn't bother, I just did it afterwards. Wishing you lots of joy. And then for the outside sentiment, I did congratulations on Pretty in Pink card with white embossing. I'm going to choose, I did two, I prefer that one. So let's see, I'm going to chop that down. And we'll just pop that down there, but I am going to use dimensionals again, and I'm going to use the sides of my dimensionals because they're half a dimensional, which is perfect for this width. I didn't measure it, the width of the card. I just put the sentiment on the edge of a card, the edge of some card rather, and sliced it off when I was done. So I haven't measured it, but it's about a centimetre. And then we will pop that on there. And there's our fun fold card. It's a really effective fun fold card. It looks really fancy, but it's actually quite easy to do. So I'm just going to move some stuff out of the way, and I'll bring in both cards and you can see the difference. So they're the exact same on the front. It's just the inside I've remembered to put the designer paper on this piece here, and I do think it makes a difference. I think it makes it pop a little bit more. So I quite like that I remembered on this card, and the exact same sentiment on the inside. I just think it's a really nice kind of pop-up card that means a little bit more. So these will be going to two different friends of ours, and yeah, I think it's a really lovely card. Now obviously with this type of fun fold, you could use different shapes at the front. You could put designer series paper like Sue did. You could do anything at all. It's really versatile. And let's have a look. We wrote wrong here, so it's 21 by 14.4. So your insert that you want for the inside of here is 21 in length, 14.4 down, and then you score it at 5.5. So it's 5.5. Then you're going to score it at 9, then at 14.5, and that's it. So this was me measuring out the bits and pieces, but yeah. So your insert is 21 by 14.4, and you score it at 5.5, 9 and 14.5, and then you just burnish those. So yeah, I hope you have fun, and I hope you recreate it. If you do, please let me know on my socials, because I'd love to see it. Thank you so much for being with me today, and I will see you next week. Bye bye.